To the show, everybody. Carlos Roberto along with Jake Berry from 956sports.com, live here on Fox Sports 1700. And now entering the huddle is Coach Jason Wheeler, who is at Sharyland Pioneer. And I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but this team is 6-0 on the season. Coach Wheeler, congratulations on a great start, week 6, and you guys haven't lost a game yet.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. No, we're really excited, and, we're 2-0 in district, and, we're really fighting to get in the playoffs, and we still got another game or two, but we're definitely happy where we're sitting right now.
Coach, when you look over the stats, and I'm looking over the stats that came out this week and I don't really see any one particular player carrying the load for Sharyland Pioneer. I do see, the defense is a top defense in your all's district in 31-5A, but other than that, there's not like one particular player that's carrying the load. Is it more a team effort for you guys?
Yeah, we've got some speed on offense, and we're pretty deep at receiver and quarterback too. Thank God, since we had some get banged up a little bit last game. So we're we don't really rely on one player or not. We've got some kids just working hard, and we've been playing real good defensively. And I think what's helped us is, again, we play that 4-3, and we've got 4 guys that play defensive tackle and 4 guys that play defensive ends. And we've been able to play at a high intensity for 4 quarters. And, last year we kind of ran out of gas in some games, and that's not happening this year. So it's helped us a lot.
So that defensive line is you got some big boys up there. You rotate them in and out. You keep them fresh. Is that what you guys do?
Yeah, we got some tackles there. And, of course, we got Joe Garza. He's our rock and our Mike linebacker. And I think he may have an opportunity to be the defensive player of the year if we have a good year. And finish strong here, and we cover him up and let him play. And we've got a pretty talented secondary as well. We've held people to 2.3 yards of rush. We talk about 3 things every day on defense: stopping the run. We want to eliminate big plays, which are plays over 30 yards, and we've only given up an average about 1.5 of those a game. So that's a key for us. And then we want to create turnovers. And I think we're up to about 20 turnovers so far in the year. We're at +9 turnover ratio after this game. So that's a big reason why we're undefeated is that turnover ratio is huge.
So you beat Rio Grande City 20-10. Who did you beat the week before that to open up district play, Coach?
That was Valley View. That was a crazy 6-4 game that we won with the double in the 7th.
So you still have to get through the meat of your schedule. You still got to go Roma, Mission Veterans, and Sharyland and Villa. Man, you still have, and everyone else is the same boat. Everyone else still has to go. Sharyland is already playing a little bit of that, but you guys still have a long way to go. So we still have some really good football. I mean, what are you telling your team as the season continues?
Well, we like to. It's going to be a huge game against Baylor, but it's not a motivation. It's a great team. We play well. We start talking about championship, but really we just want to take one game at a time. We're not going to put all our chips out. All the ones that we work to Mission Dad. We're walking special against Sharyland. I watched the first half of that game. And, I feel like we might bless to see that as a huge deal. I think 4-7-9 is going to be more parity than I think people actually realize in our district. I think we've got some good teams, but I don't think the teams that they thought that were going to be the top tier teams are that far ahead of the bottom tier teams, to be honest with you. And I really think a lot of things are going to shake out, especially this next week. There's some big games, with Valley View, Rio Grande City, and then I think Roma and Vets is going to be a huge game. I mean, it's important for both those teams. So, we're going to be loose, and I really feel like this game against Vela is we got everything to gain and a little bit to lose, to be honest with you. And we've got to win in 1 or 2 more games to get in the playoffs. We understand that. So, but I like where we sit, and we match up defensively, and we got some playmakers. We just got to be able to get the ball in the end zone a little bit better. We had good field position against Rio Grande City, and we should have been up 21-3, but we were down 10-3. We didn't panic. We created 4 turnovers the second half, and we ended up pulling away from them. There at the end, and you just got to find ways to win football games.
Your offense coach, you coached with Scott Ford. Is it a Scott Ford type of offense? Y'all run a passing attack? It's
a spread offense. It's a little different. We're a little bit more multiple. we are we're a strictly we are a zone read team. We're going to try to run the zone and read it and keep it or throw a bubble. And try to keep you honest there. So we've got some speed. The one thing that we're not relying on one player. I think that's one thing that kind of hurt Roma a little bit last night with their running back being 75% of their offense.
Right.
And he was banged up. That hurt them. And our first two quarterbacks got banged up last night. We had to put our third string quarterback in that had been playing receiver all year, played freshman quarterback last year. And, we didn't skip a beat, really. I mean, we did fine. We definitely tailored the offense to his strengths. He's a little bit more of a runner, and I think it makes it where you're not really locked in. When you spread the ball around, it makes it easier, I guess, if you have injuries.
Right.
You get more depth. So that helps us there. We've got to definitely get better in the red zone. We had the ball a couple times down there, and we're going to address that next week and maybe put a little goal line package in, and if we need a big set or something like that, we'll look at that. So, there's definitely things we got to improve on, but the defense is they're playing with a lot of confidence.
Sure.
And it's I'm telling you what, our defense against Baylor's offense is going to be something to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah, coming into the week, y'all were only giving up 164 yards a game on defense.
Right.
Then y'all did a very good job last night. If you look at 31-5A, for those of y'all that don't know the district, it's Edinburgh Villa, Roma, Sherryland Pioneer, Mission Veterans, and Sherryland. I mean, that's 5 teams vying for. I mean, those are all tough teams.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Valley View's got a really good defense. Rio Grande City, man, they were physical. They're not a bad. They're a good team. I mean, it's. I feel like it's the toughest district, in the Valley right now. And the good thing about it is, being such a strong district, if we can get in the playoffs, then we got a pretty good chance of getting past that first round playoff game. So, everybody's just trying to get in, to be honest with you.
Coach, you're not the first person to tell me that Valley View's defense is really tough. I heard the other day that their front seven is one of the best in the Valley, they've said. How, are they a team that you think that could pull the upset on somebody?
I think they very well could, against a team that maybe struggles a little bit offensively. And I will say this, their defensive ends are the best, I feel like, in the district. We have some good ones, and we're talented, and we're pretty deep. But their 2 defensive ends are the best I've seen on film, and we had a hard time blocking them. And, offensively, they're struggling a little bit. That'll be the key. Can they score enough points to win? But when you got a good defense, you got a chance, stay in the game, and you never know. That's why you play the games. But I know Rio Grande City and Valley View will be an interesting game this next week, and then Mission Vets and Roma is going. I believe they play. Yeah, that's going to be a big game for those 2 teams as well. So a lot of things are going to be kind of shaking out a little bit, start developing in the next couple of weeks. But we're just really excited. We'll be playing on Thursday again, a short week, but we're right on schedule because we had a Thursday game last week. That's why I didn't mind scheduling this Thursday this week, because we're coaches are creatures of nature, so we want to keep the routine going for another week. And, we're going to go out there and have fun. We're going to play loose, and, we're going to be focused. And there's a fine line between that. And that's, as a head coach, that's our job, to try to get the kids somewhere in between there,
Yeah.
Well, I promise you we're not going to be tight going in the Vela game.
Well, how's the quarterback situation? I mean, Tyler came in, he's your third string, and he did well. Threw that one pick, but then you guys got it right back on the field goal. But,
yeah, Alejandro Ramirez, I got hit on the goal line. And, we were just kind of being real cautious. Not as serious as we thought, but, at this point, he was able to walk.
Sitting next to him at one of our games.
Kind of that day by day.
They escorted him out of the ballpark.
Play or not. The other kid that came in, towards the end of the second quarterback, all went down the field. And the 2 fakes were very common for Rio Grande City, came down the field and ran the alley. He was actually a 1-point improvement going through concussion protocol. From that today, so we won't know.
I just happened to be sitting next to him at one of our games.
On him as well. So,
They escorted him out of the
we
ballpark.
got Tyler and then a little bit quarterback next to so it's good that we have boy decent quarterbacks in our program. If we did, we would, be behind right now. So we'll be okay.
I just happen to be sitting.
More interesting games next week.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to go over there. There's going to be a lot of fans. Going to be packed. I'm sure we'll have a great crowd too. And
It's always fun when you're winning, Coach.
yeah, it is. it really is. And and like you said, we're we're in a tough part of our district, so we're not going to.
Right.
I'm not going to put all my chips out there for this game now. But I'll say this: we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to play call to win it. And that's our approach at all.
Absolutely. How's it feel to have everything new over there? Because everything, it's your second year now, right? Second year. Is the second year?
Yeah, no, it's nice. Last year it took us a while to kind of get everything situated, and our weights came in kind of late, but it's a beautiful facility out here. I tell the kids they're very fortunate. It's quite a bit better than what I had. Even though I played on the state championship team, it's not about the facilities, but it's definitely nice out here. I wish it had a few more stands in here and let us play a few football games here. But it's because the field is really nice. I tell people we have the nicest practice field in the valley, and I truly believe that. Out here.
Practice on turf over there, Coach?
Yes, yeah, we have turf right behind our field house here, and we play our freshman JV games here. There's just not enough stands, and I guess it's hard to justify two stadiums for just a two high school district, but it's nice enough, and there's enough room out here they could do it. So. But it's been real nice. I've got a great principal. He's a former coach, so that always helps. And things are good over here.
Hey, Coach, I've got to ask this question because you know what? I get knocked on this all the time. All right, what is your guys' official name? Because I've called you Sherryland Pioneer, and
we're the Sherryland Pioneer Diamondbacks.
Okay, and because whenever I say Sherryland, they're like it's Pioneer. Somebody on Twitter always tells me. And
right.
He gets mad at me.
It's Sherryland School District, in Mission, Texas. And, I know some people call us the Pioneers, and then some people, I know we hear that a lot. So, what I'm going to start telling everybody, I'm just going to say SPD. SPD. We're the Snake Pit Defense, and we're Sherryland Pioneer Diamondbacks. And then if they don't know what we are, just call us the SPD crew. And that way they won't have to worry about misspelling it. We win scrimmage down in North, and they misspelled Diamondback. I thought that was funny. I'm like, but that's all part of that little mystique, that little chip we got. Like they can't even spell our name. But I'll tell the kids eventually before this year's over, they're going to be spelling our name correct.
That's right.
Especially we keep winning games. So it's you got to laugh at stuff like that. But it's the kids are having fun, and we're excited. We're looking forward to moving on,
Starting your own traditions over there, too, as well, Coach. I bet you that's been a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been real fun. I got a little pregame deal that I kind of got from Ohio State, that we go walk out holding hands, and we do a little quick cow deal. And, we're starting our own traditions. And they would for a while at our games, they would play some of the same music and little statements and stuff that Sherryland Rattlers did. I said, okay, that's theirs. This is what I want you to play when we're on defense. This is what I want you to play when we're on offense. I got them playing the bells. Every time it's third down, you hear the bells of the song Hell's Bells.
Oh,
right,
wow.
absolutely.
So they'll play that, and that's just kind of a cue, like, hey, we're fixing to get off the field right here, So, and then I told them, hey, get us instead of yelling Showtime or something that they used to do for the Rattlers, get an air horn or something for our offense when we're inside the 20, So we got our own traditions going, and it's a lot of fun.
Is there a nickname yet for Pioneer versus Sherryland for that game yet, or we're gonna?
They called it I believe they called it the Snakeskin Classic. If I remember right, for last year, we played for like a helmet that was half their design and half our design.
Oh, cool.
So I think they're calling it the Snakeskin Classic.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a very competitive game this year.
All right, Coach. We'll let you go. Let you enjoy your Saturday. I know you got to break you down film and stuff like
Thanks
that.
A lot.
Thank you very much, Coach
Thank
Jason
you.
Wheeler and Sherryland Pioneer Diamondbacks. Jake,
Yes.
Get it right.
Yeah, I heard it really wrong when he was saying the SPD. I was like, STD.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to
SPD.
don't call yourself STD.
But once again, look at that district: Edinburgh, Robert Villa, And there's another. Is it Robert
Yeah.
Vela? Is it Edward Vela? Whatever's going to be shortest for the reporter to write
Yeah.
is what's going to be said. Roma, Pioneer, Mission, Veterans, Sugarland. Out of those 5 teams, Jake, who do you think is going to be the odd man out?
Geez, that's too
It's a
hard.
coin
I mean, that it
There's
really
no
is going
way.
to come down. I think Valley View is going to pull an upset against one of the teams that overlooks. They're looking at the week ahead.
Right.
You know what though? And people forget this. This is the week 6 of school, so that means that
Grades.
some teams are going to be losing kids to grades.
6 weeks, great.
And if you're in a program that's a good program, usually you don't lose your kids because they're well aware of that.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's going to be tough to, if you want to rank these. I mean, I think Edinburgh Vela has the inside track right now to the district championship. They've already beat Roma, and they already beat Sherryland. They still got to get, of course, by Pioneer and Mission Veterans. But Vela might have the most talent of that group.
Oh, I think Vela hands down has the
They do?
best. They've got the best. They've got 6A football numbers.
Yeah.
They've got guys.
And we got a little bit of time to talk about this, so why don't we go ahead and delve into this a little bit right now, because they got another talented guy, because they just had someone transfer in to Robert Vela High School. How does that work? You being a coach, former coach, they get a player that goes from PSG North. It was George Olivares, who announced on social media.
Well, yeah, we broke the story actually.
Broke
on
the
Tuesday.
story. Well, he broke it himself.
Well, he put I'm going to Vela.
Time to register and become a Sabercat. He posted on Twitter. And it was confirmed by Coach Pena, George Pena. We tried to get him, but we haven't been able to get in touch with him to talk a little bit about this. And now he's on. I don't know if he's on the team or not, because how does that all work? Because you have to have executive committee approve all that stuff. So how do you just transfer?
The way it works is, and if you read, there was a piece that they did on Thursday, 2 days after us. Got to point that out. That George Pena said that he wasn't going to challenge it. That he was surprised because he had been demoted and the kid left.
Still have to be voted in by the rest of the.
You're not allowed to move for athletic purposes.
Exactly.
But there's some circumstances or something like that with his home in PSG.
Right.
But
and that's
look. I'll be honest with you.
Tell me how it works.
It's a shady deal. It's a shady deal sometimes. You've got to move into the zone that you're going to go into. So I always find it really funny that people are able to. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm selling my house, because I remember when I sold my first house. I had to sell it to my parents because I couldn't sell it to anybody else. I sold it to my parents because it's difficult selling a house. You're talking about 1 month to close, and then you have to get another house somewhere else. You've got to live there 15 days before you can play, and then it's still going to go to the DEC, which is the District Executive Committee. They're probably going to challenge it. They're going to say no. They're probably going to go to UIL, because you think about it. Sherryland's the only one that's played Vela up until last night. Roma's played him, but Rio still has to play him. Pioneer has to play him. Mission Vets has to play him. They're going to probably challenge this, and it's going to go to UIL, and they're going to have to get it okay through UIL, because regardless of if you move into the zone, you still got to get cleared, because you're not allowed to move for athletic purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you have to have some type of argument stating, and I don't know if you have an attorney with you or you just do it on your own, stating, no, I want to move because, I don't like this teacher at PSG North or whatever. It's just a hypothetical situation. I don't like this teacher.
Teacher's okay. You can't say your coach.
Right, exactly.
And see, that's
what I'm saying.
That's a slippery slope.
I would need to take this calculus class. It's not available over here, but it is available over there, and you're in pretty much.
Now, I've heard, I know, because I've been told by specific coaches that sometimes they'll say he can't he's got to stay with his school because he'll have emotional issues if he has to leave, and they'll get a doctor's excuse.
Right.
And which always. Does it make them, emotionally distressed? Do they have, do they get labeled this, in school?
Right.
But, they'll have kids say that. There's different ways to do it, to stay out of school, to leave the school. It's a shady deal sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not saying
exactly.
this circumstance. I'm just saying,
What was the situation at PSG North? He was the quarterback, and then they moved into another
They're doing
position?
pretty well, yeah. And they moved him, they benched him, moved him to defense, I think, at one point. And, he just decided to leave. So It's one of those things. I mean, and there's issues there that we probably don't know.
And you got to understand, folks, we cannot analyze. We analyze this as much as we can without throwing out any type of accusations. This is high school sports. This is amateur sports. It's not like it's the pros where we can just tear apart these guys. So we got to be careful in our comments and what we say about what's going on. But the whole thing about transferring, that's something that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how that happens.
Yeah, and it's funny because like in McAllen, I've heard McAllen, you can go to any school you want, but
Open
you can't,
enrollment.
Yeah, but you can't leave. I mean, you can't leave and go to another school and play. I've heard that basically you choose the school you're going to go to, and then that's you're stuck there, and which I think you should, because I think you put a commitment in. If you're going to play for, let's say, McAllen Memorial, you shouldn't be able to start at McAllen Memorial and go, you know what, I'm not progressing as good as the other kid in front of me.
Sure.
I think I'm going to go to McAllen.
Right.
I don't like that,
Yeah.
and I think that we have I think we have a lot of helicopter parents that hover over their kids, and I see it all the time because I used to coach. You got to back up. You got to let your kid be a kid, and if he fails, but or she or he, you got to let him fail. You got to let them fail because that's the only way they're going to learn.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to go to Vela, and who knows? But PSJ North might end up, running the table, or maybe they just sneak into the playoffs. I think they still are going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They go 3 deep into the playoffs, and
Yeah, I
they
think
end up
so.
having a great year.
Yeah.
So, but for whatever reason, that's what's going on. We wish the young man good luck, and we'll see what happens and what transpires there. Because I don't think he can just jump on the field. It has to go to the executive committee. They have to vote on it. It looks like that's going to be the case. Let's go ahead and take a break. You are listening to The Huddle. We'll have more high school football. We're coming up on 11 o'clock. We got Coach Burgett coming up as well.
George Espinosa is coming up right after the break.
Awesome. Talk more about that. And Ramiro Leal also from Donna. Talk about that Donna-Mercedes matchup. That rivalry could be coming back from the 80s. You're listening to The Huddle on Fox Sports 1700. Carlos Roberto along with Jake Berry.